for Tiras. Okay, so this one is Thracians, ancestor of the Swedes. So Scandinavia. Okay, if not, let me just show you on a map where we're looking. Okay, so Scandinavia, this northern region of Europe, is where we're looking now for this connection. And if we just look at this picture, so we see how they've got the Thracian warrior next to the Viking warrior, trying to see, trying to show that there seems to be very similar with the Thracians and the Vikings. And the Vikings, were a maritime people. So that's interesting because we're just trying to see what we can learn about Tiras in this video. So we already had Jubilees saying that they would have been inhabiting 4 great islands. So we're saying we can expect them to be a seafaring nation, a maritime people. And now we're having a connection with Tiras and Sweden and Scandinavia and the Vikings. And we know that the Vikings were a maritime people. So the connections, they do make sense. So now this map is showing Viking expansion. So this could be another way of trying to understand Tiras. If these connections are accurate, we can think about the Vikings, and that could also help us with Tiras. And we see the Vikings going towards Iceland, towards Greenland, and the Americas. So that could also support this idea that with its connection with Tiras and the American Indians, if we also add into that thinking about the Phoenicians and also the Vikings, these maritime people, that they could have been exploring and covering great distances. Now there's something that this page introduces. If we look at this this genealogy that they put here, so they've got Noah, Japheth, Tiras, Tarusha, Thracian. So there's connection with the Thracians and Tiras. Then it goes Troy, Trojan. So they introduced the Trojans. So I need to try explain why are the Thracians being connected to the Trojans. So this is going to be, it's not easy to try explain this, but if we go to the mythology, so if we just recap quickly what Josephus told us. So Josephus says that the Greeks changed their name into the Thracians. But where is this word coming from? So if you look at Tiras and you look at Thracian, you might think that this word is coming from Tiras, but that's not what the mythology tells us. We actually have a character in the mythology called Thrax. And Thrax is a son of Ares, and Ares is a son of Zeus. So we got a descendant of Zeus, and the Thracians being named after Thrax. So I think this is where it gets quite confusing. I think this causes confusion, and it's mysterious that we have these characters in the mythology, and then people being named after them. So you see how it speaks about Tiras. So I think this does create confusion, and we'll try and maybe speak about that as we go forward in the next few videos, that we have lots of different groups of people, and they seem to be carrying the name of actually characters in the mythology. So this could be where the word Thracian comes from Thrax, son of Zeus. And how do we connect this with the Trojans? Because if we go to the Trojans, we see that in the mythology there's another character called Dardanus, and he's a son of Zeus. And Dardanus is the founder of the Trojan royal line, or is a part of the Trojan royal line. So what we can see is that the Trojan royal line is coming from Zeus, and we see that we have the Thracian also coming from Zeus. So I think this is what connects the Thracians with the Trojans, is Zeus, and we have been speaking about this on the channel. So I think that's the best way I could try and explain it at the moment. What connects the Thracians with the Trojans. And we can see here on this page how it's speaking about, it's trying to connect the Thracians with the Swedes. So that would be Tiras. But then it introduces the Trojans, and I don't think it really explains it very well why they do that. So I think that is the best explanation that I can say at the moment. It's to do with the mythology and to do with Zeus.